Whoa! It's Wulzy. Welcome back to the Extreme Demon Building series. Oh my goodness. It's episode 4. I'm still in the first part. I know. I have been taking my sweet time decorating this thing, and it's time to just start implementing big ideas. This thing is becoming a big piece of work, I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot that needs to be done with it, and I have just the things, okay? So first off, I want to change the color of this gradient object. I'm literally just gonna add a little bit extra hue so it goes more red. You see that? I'm gonna make it a little bit less impactful too. So it's gonna be a bit more of a moody red rather than a pink, and I think this just suits the level a bit better to have this red overlay over the top. It's kind of menacing-ish. It kind of fits the vibe. Now, the second thing is, why is everything so bright in this level, dude? Oh my gosh. So, first off, this overlay with the big glow, it ends before it goes off the screen. Like, this is just a huge white glob. I have to fix that. These have to go off screen, and they have to be bigger to do that. So let's just do that real quick. Not that much. Whoa. Just a little bit, man. So when it rotates around, you can tell it's never going to go off. Like, right there is probably good. Like, that's a good range. That should make it less bright. Now I'm going to go ahead and just start reducing the brightness of some details all the way down, and then adding more dark colors into the level. I don't know what I was thinking with these big lava objects. I'm not going to lie. I have to just turn off link controls real quick. Go to that lava and just single it out and turn it down. Because, man, what is that? It's like a silly color that doesn't really tie into the level very well. So let me just go ahead and turn that thing straight down, like almost 0. The glow is a big factor of it, but that's also going to get turned down. We just have too many bright details in this level, I think, and it's making it look weird. So I'm just going to turn that thing down to like this much, so it's just subtle. That should work a lot better. Yeah, it makes the detail fit more. Now for the spikes, I think they just look so odd. I'm probably going to change their pulsing details because in game, these triangles are like not sight readable in the slightest. Because they just move and they don't work for an extreme demon, right? This is going to be the episode that changes the trajectory of the series forever, by the way. I'm making big changes in this video. You may have noticed I made a backup straight away. I'm not playing around. I copied the values of those spikes. I'm just going to start placing in the actual ones like right here. Of course it's not on grid. Like, dude, of course. Anyway, I'm going to oversize one slightly, copy paste and move slightly to the right. Scale it back down to 0. Make the brightness changes. Like, dude, we're going with very, very concise detail here. Like, very minimal scale differences just to make everything sight readable. This one's going to be brighter because it's closer to the tip and to the left of the spike. It has the groups that it needs. Now, how many invisible layers of spikes are there? 1. Okay, that's fine. What about for the big spikes? 3. Yeah, we shouldn't be doing that, man. Come on. 3 layers of those, like, really shiny spikes is just insane, dude. Okay, these spikes are so much more chill on the flats. Like, you can tell the big ones are going, obviously. But the little ones, they just chill with the blocks so well, in my opinion. They should not have been pulsing. They should not have been so bright. It was taking away from some of the designs and making the shiny pieces less shiny, if that makes sense. It's like there was so many shiny details that each shiny detail was having less of a chance to stand out. I'm just going to remake the other spikes, but with the big one real quick, which is going to have less displacement overall. I'm misclicking all the arrows here because it's bigger, so it's like less spread. But I think it looks cool. It almost looks shiny. I like that. We have to make sure that every spike, that's the original, right? Every spike should not be having 3 outlines. That is ridiculous. I'm going to copy the values of one of them and then just delete all of the invisible spikes. Like, dude, 106 objects. Just kind of wasted because they're not even that visible. I think just placing a spike like this and pasting the stage should be enough. Now I can't see where the spikes were. Well, isn't that just brilliant? Okay. I'm going to have to hardwire my brain into placing a spike on every spike here. Oops. Why is there a random spike there? I didn't mean to put that there. Okay, so the pulsing spikes are all gone. I realized that I placed a spike off grid for a second there. Just give me a second. I'll fix that after this. But yeah, this is looking so much smoother so far. The spikes are very just regular spiky, but you know, it's fine. I can add more to them if I choose to. But let's not forget that this one is like completely off. All right, so now I'm thinking we need more to tie the blocks into the ground. And what better way to just, I don't know, use glow? Like just black glow pieces that just sit on B4 underneath all the blocks, causing no harm in like clumps. So let's just put this on a new editor layer, like 12. We can create a section of them that are just going to be a bit wider and shorter at times. I'm hoping it's going to give them a huge bit of like a branch, you know? You don't know. I don't know how to explain in a way that doesn't sound like I'm just copy pasting glow, because I kind of am. But you got to trust the process, dude. It's different. I think if we add a clump like this with a really skinny and thick layer on the inside of it, like that, we could probably do something cool just to make the blocks kind of stand up. And then one thing I could do is take this layer and flip it upside down, and this can be on the top layer. So this can be like T4, where it's not gonna, oh, it is gonna get impacted by the, I thought I set this up to not do that. Or was that, no, I guess I have to make it T3. What? I don't know. I'm trying to make this black glow stand out in front of the gradient and look cool. Probably gonna have to make it look a bit shorter for that, but that's unfortunately the darkest it'll go, which is really annoying. I wish there was a way for me to make it darker, but with my building technique, I literally cannot because of my gradient usage. Oh well. I'm gonna use it on a few blocks and just see how it looks overall. I think it looks good in the editor, but it's entirely possible that it just looks different in game, so gotta test it. It shouldn't be too visible. It's actually just gonna act like a final bit of structuring for them and solidify them into pillars, which I really didn't want to do. So I probably will build extra structures and end up removing some of these. I think this brick was overused too much in this section and it looks kind of messy at times. Like this section probably doesn't need one because that block is tiny. The rest is fine. Maybe not this one too. Okay, cool. We're gonna build extra structures around this point. I don't know if I mentioned that at all. I probably didn't because I'm so forgetful. But yeah, we don't need these structures either. They just clutter it and make it look a bit more odd. So I'm just gonna rely on these skinny ones for now. Maybe flipping them sometimes just so they don't get a bit overused. Well, they are overused, but you know, I don't want the pattern to become too formulaic. There's also something about this structure that I really just don't like. I think it's the fact that the spider orb is going over the top of it. I wonder if I can fix that real quick. B4 maybe? Oh no. Oh boy. Let's just see if this works if I also put this B4. It's almost there. Where did the circle go? Where did the circle go? The circle just despawned. Was there no circle on this? Where did this thing go on the inside? Is it behind the particle? That's tragic. It's here. Okay, so I don't think I can do it. Oh. No, dude, it's the particle that's getting in the way. Hold on. That's still T1. That's why. No, that's a different particle. I'm misclicking everything. Oh my gosh, dude. Particle B5. Will you go behind the background if I do that? Because that's how I need you to work for the structure, please. Oh no, I'm a little afraid. This structure is sticking out underneath the block. That's so unfortunate. I'm doing my best here. It looks so bad. This is an excuse to try out my new structure that's making these into pillars. And yeah, I need more structures or more objects to do that. What I was trying to do is just see if this particle goes underneath. The particle doesn't show up. Dude, that's so unfortunate. You know what? Fine. We'll just keep it like that. No one will notice. Surely. No, don't be lazy, Wulzy. Change the block. Change the block to be on the right level for everything. Let's just make the block B2. Like, where's the harm in that, dude? Just increase the layer of everything. Okay, almost. Where's the outline for the object? Hello? Here you are. Aha. There we go. Now, this can go on B3. Oh, dude. Welcome to the fumbling section of the video. This is the part where I fumble. A lot. And I mean a lot. Okay, boom. Now I can boost all of these up one layer and everything's gonna be fine. Dude, layering in this update is so hard. I just can't do it. Okay, so this level is looking a little bit more built right now. I don't know what I did in the beginning cube, but the structures just look so nice together. Whereas in the second part, in the robot, they just feel so small and disconnected. I don't know. Yeah, like, look how small these structures are. They're just in giant pillars, and I don't know how to break them into bigger structures at all. I just can't do it. Wait, why wasn't I using like these or these? Like, why aren't these used in that other section? I have no idea. Let's just see what we can do, okay? I feel like they have a place here. Okay, it really doesn't work right here, but I just want to build something up. No, this doesn't look right either. They're just too tall. They're on both sides of the structures. Like, no, that's why I wasn't using them, obviously. So as for this jump, what do? I remove this saw blade and I remove this saw blade and I think I build the spikes up maybe. Let's do a pro gamer move, aka just copy pasting. Oh, what on earth is this structure spacing, Wulzy? Okay, that might help. This spike is not helping anything. I'm building new structures on the ends just so I can add new spikes to make the blocks feel a bit wider. Like right here should be fine if I just add this. Wait a second. I can take this one and flip it on its side. And I can put a tiny one of these on this block just to build it up a little bit. It could be super small. No, dude. Widen this. I could even add one of these things now because it's wide enough to be acceptable. And it slides right in the center here. Cool. Skinny that. Let's skinny it. Yeah, what a great phrase, Wulzy. Oh, wait, dude. I could definitely just make that a single block, I think. Me when I make something and then just delete it anyway. Like, ugh, this is why I'm flopping, dude. This is why it's awful. This is how to not have a good time building an extreme demon, dude. Overthinking things. That structure looks 10 times better. This saw blade should be smaller. I don't know why, it just should. I just don't get the good vibes from it at all. It doesn't even have to be here, but I want it to be here. This one does not have to be here. No! I'm gonna press delete. Nope. If that one's going, that one's going. But now there's a huge space there. So what do I even do? I have too many saw blades, and these ones are ugly. I've decided. Let's just copy those. Turn them into regular saw blades. Give it a black outline and everything. Okay. And then go underneath that design, please. Oh, not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan. Surely one of these objects can go over the top and the rest can go behind. Like this. We have to slow that rotation down. We also have to stop the glow on it. I'm getting sidetracked, dude. This always happens to me. Dude, I'm gonna add one of these to the saw blade and you cannot stop me. Oh my gosh. Creative genius right here. Oh my gosh, this is so dumb. I mean, imagine I can place... Oh, I feel like this isn't gonna work, but imagine I can place like a colorful background blending version of this behind the... It's not even visible! Oh, that's why. Like, imagine. That would look go hard if it was like leveled properly on the inside. So maybe I can do that? I don't know. I want to smooth it though. I'm gonna have to like super precisely free move this object because it's defying even the pixel movement. There we go. I have to do that for all of the objects here. Let's get an accurate flip. There we go. Let's make the top side slightly less visible. Actually, that defeats the point of what I just did. Okay, let's make that a bit taller. Nice. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did not mean to copy you. Oh my gosh. Oh, I've ruined this object. That's a little ugly on top of that portal, but we do have the saw blades placed in now, which is nice. Apart from this one. So you slap this on the right square, go to warp, put the circle right in the center here, and just scale down until the hitboxes are overlapping here. Like right there. I got it right just by eyeballing it, to be honest. Whoa. Deleting part of the level, not acceptable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, boom. I'm still gonna place more saw blades in between some of the structures because now we have this little trail effect that we've added underneath. Well, it's not an effect, it's just glow, but it definitely helps them blend into the level and gives them more of a place in it. Those bigger structures look better. This level is coming together, finally. I'm gonna be adding some air decoration in between the blocks and stuff. First gonna be placing the saws though. Side note, but the camera in the swing copter is awfully low, and I think I know the way to fix it. I'm not going to use a static camera or anything. I'm going to use an offset camera trigger, which I'm going to put on like a 1.2 second little rise of, I don't know, about a block and a half. I'm just going to put this sign in out because I feel like it's the safest easing to use to make things smooth. I'm going to put it on an exit to 0 as well. I think that's how it works. Never actually used this trigger in my entire life. I'm just hoping that I can bring that dash orb in the swing closer to the center of the screen because I feel like the structuring is kind of unbalanced there, and I really don't want to make like a 7-block tall structure that's going to take up the entire screen. Okay, that timing is awful, but the rest is fine. I think? Is that how this works? Let's just make this Y only, just to make sure, and then we're gonna put a big move time. Just gonna run a test with 2 offset triggers. They're both gonna be on the Y. One is 50, one is 0. Just wanna see. Okay, it is how you set it back to normal. Good to know. Nice, I tested that. Here we go. That looks very smooth. Awesome. I left a saw blade up here. Oh my goodness. I'm wondering if I should enforce this fake here with the portal that you're supposed to miss by adding a movement right here. I don't know. Let's see. We could use one of the moving groups. I think 40 makes them come from the sky. It's a area move. I'm gonna choose the rightmost object and then set this as the area parent and then link together all of these objects so that the whole thing doesn't fly away. After I've linked that together as an object, I should see them all move like this. What? Huh. Let's just give them a brand new group. 40's not cutting it. I'll just set up a quick movement here. It's group 58. As I'm getting there, short length, it's gonna move down like, I don't know, 30. And it's gonna be an exponential out, just so it slams. I'm just gonna make sure I have the right setting before I tell you what I did. Whoa, I do not. Okay, well, that was terrible. What I need, by the way, just to clarify, is this setting. Like, boom. Yeah. I mean, it could probably do with a little bit more on the length, but sure. I could just use a move trigger, but I'm kind of accustomed to using an area move, and if I want to do something similar, I can just reuse that group. I don't know. Maybe it's going to be a laggy type of thing to do, but Just need to get the timing right. Let's see here. 50. Let's see. Boom. Nice. I need to brush up on my keyframing skills. Okay, so if I just set this up with a curve and ease in out and then start copy pasting it around, it should, yeah, you see how it's kind of curving? You should be able to create some sort of curve here with another object. So let's just give these a group and see what happens. Let's just go 1. I guess it just switched from 60 to 1 because I'm in a new level. So an arrow pixel object here earlier. Let's just slap this down. This can be group number what? 2? That's facing to the right. It probably should be facing up a bit. So let's just select both, rotate up. The arrow can be on a new editor layer here. We go keyframe number 2. Wait, that's the animation group ID. Okay, so the target ID is number 2. Parent ID, I don't know what that is. Does that now... Oh, I did it. Okay, so I just put the animation group ID is the group that all of these arrows are on. I don't think I want an easing on this. I want it to just smoothly go. Yeah, look at that. So I can make an arrow follow that line, even if the arrow is not on the line, which is really neat. But yeah, this should be good for a bit of decoration in the level. I'm going to just remember how to do that. Delete that, go into the level, and we can start already. So let's just place an arrow right here. We can have a couple of these, but let's just place one down that's pretty large. I don't want it to overlap with the spike if it's going up here. So I'm kind of just going to shrink it a little bit. Let's give it group number 59. This is going to be background blending. We got to boost the brightness of it just so it's a little bit more visible here. That might be too much though. Whoops. Okay, so we have 59 here. And then what I'm going to do is place down my keyframe object. Make it number 60. We don't want any easing on it. We just want a short duration. We can put like 0.4. Make sure we're clicking this curve button. Oh, we can time it. Oh, wait. How does this work? I'm just going to use time for now because that's like the only thing I know. So we can get to creating this little ramp for this arrow. This is a really neat thing that Rob has added that I've just never really used properly. Okay, that curve is diabolical, Wulzy. Come on now, you can do better than that. Okay, that should be good if we just set up a keyframe trigger. This is the one. We can start the keyframe right when the level's beginning. So we had that arrow that's on group 59 following the animation of 60. Now we should see the arrow kind of slide up there. It's going very slowly. I can probably fix that. This is why I recommend having all of the arrows on a different editor layer, just so you can select them a bit more easily like this. What? I have things on this layer? Oh my gosh. Duration 0.2. I'm just going to half it a little bit and we'll just see. Okay, that's neat. It's kind of... I feel like it should not be the same speed as the gameplay. I mean, we figured it out like perfectly there, but I do think a 0.3, just so we're kind of going past this arrow will be cooler. Then, I think what I should be able to do is select the arrow and the keyframe trigger like this, and just copy paste build helper all the way back. So we have like 5 of them, and then we can just overlap these arrows in one place. So now, we should have the arrows kind of stacking up like this, which is really neat. I want them to be overall smaller, I think, because they're a little bit too clear. I want the brightness to go down, not that much, and I want them to be more spaced out going through here and more balanced, so I'm actually passing them and they're still going like this. Yeah, and we can do a similar effect to what we did with the bricks in the background, how they're going from the bottom to the top. We can add a pulse to it, so let's just go with group number 64, for example, because that's the leftmost object. We can make this go up in its brightness and then back down. Where do I want this to happen? I think right here would work. And if we just space them out the same way, we should be able to... Whoa, 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 whoa. Nope, the groups go down. You see it goes 64, 63, 62. I was almost going up into groups that didn't even exist. But yeah, let's put in 59, and then we should see that these arrows light up as we go through. That's good. I might even make these objects a little bit smaller. Oh, wait. You can scale these arrows, right? I want to just warp some of these to go smaller so they kind of wiggle as they go through. So it goes down in size and then they go up and then they start going back down. I think this would be cool. That saves me using a scale trigger to vary the size of each one. They're just going to be different sizes at different points now. We can make this one like really small. So then these arrows are going to go big like that. That's sick, dude. Oh my gosh. I feel like I absolutely nailed that. Let's see here. Yes, that looks so cool. I think if I just apply more background blending detail on top, like, I don't know, some pulsing circles on top too. This one's pretty big. Gotta make that a lot smaller, but you get the idea. I just give them the groups. So if I just copy paste and remove and add the new groups like so, all the way up to 64, then we should have some extra detail that just follows each arrow like that. And they're gonna be pulsing, which is gonna be really neat. What a cool thing to have at the start of the level, huh? That's awesome. If I can actually play properly, I'll be able to see it in its full entirety. That's sick. And we can just simply fade these objects on using 65 just as we're getting there, which is going to be super cool. It's going to sync with the song. That's the wrong group number. Whoopsie. Make it invisible beforehand. Wrong one again. Okay. And boom. Oh, it's not well timed. Back a bit. Nice. I can't do this gameplay. The only thing is the glow is a little bit too bright and you can't really tell that there's arrows in there. Good thing I put everything on the same editor layer, huh? So I'm actually going to copy this entire template with all of the triggers and everything, including the alpha triggers and the pulse triggers, just like this. I'm going to link that together for now and just move it into different sections of the level. What is happening? I think I need to build helper for that to... Oh gosh. Don't know how that works. Oh, now I'm a little bit scared. I'm just going to assume that these lines are broken and that if I go out of the level and go back in, everything will be fixed. Okay, well, it doesn't want to do that way. Okay. That's a shame. I really wanted to copy the setup and use it later in the level. Maybe I can if I just build helper again and then go into the individual arrows that are on here and just change the group number. So let's just go in. I was hoping it would do it automatically. I guess not. Let's just go into the edit object and we have the same settings and everything. Okay, let's take off 60, put on 72. Oh, it looks a little bit broken here. Did these groups change? Yeah, and this one as well. Okay, good. Everything is intact. We just need to make sure the keyframe trigger is not using the old group. Yeah, this needs to have 72, not 723. Let's see. Let's just hope that this works. Okay, well, seems to be an issue with copy pasting keyframes. I guess I'll have to remake it every time. It's obviously a shame, but you know, what can you do about it? I think I'm just gonna skip out on the keyframe stuff for now and just work on a final layer for the foreground because I want to use some particles and stuff over the top. Let's just go into here, set up a similar radius effect. We're not gonna use the same glow. I think we're gonna use a star object here. Have a single particle thing. I don't want it to fade in and out. I just want it to get bigger and smaller. Okay, how do I get rid of that transitional period? I think I have to turn down the variance. No? Okay, this is weird. Okay, check out this diabolical effect I just made on the front of this level. This is just terrible. There's no way I can use this. It's just too big. It's uncontrolled. But let's just see here. We have a viable option with some of them. You see how I have this object here? I can place it on the UI layer and it is going extremely large at some points. And you may be wondering, how did I do that? Well, I used an option in the extra setting that says friction S. I don't actually know what that means because look, when it's on 0, it doesn't actually, these just look weird, right? If I turn it up, some of them go extremely large. I don't know how this works entirely. I should probably read up on it. But for now, all I know is that I can make some pretty cool kind of splash effects here. Yeah, I was trying to make a particle. I'm pretty sure you were aware of that. And I couldn't get it to look good. And this is kind of my solution here. So I'm thinking of having it pretty bright until it zooms off into the distance. Except it's such a large variance of an area. I don't know. Maybe we should make this a lot smaller. And then I can use 2 points that are going to float. Just copy the values and we can place down like an animated object. Remember this thing that I had set up in the other version of the level I showed like a little while ago that I just never used? Probably going to turn down the speed on it and just add a couple of these in between. It should be much less opaque. And then we can just add them together and create a cool little splash effect here. We're going to add some extra little flair to it just to make it feel a bit better. Oh, this looks horrible when it's like scaled up. Oh man, I'm struggling to scale it down actually. Just try and make this a bit smaller. Come on, dude. I can have one set on the top left and then move it down to the bottom here with a bit less brightness, I think, for that. Okay. That could look sick on the foreground. It's a much more controlled way to use the particle than I had set up earlier. Like, look at this thing, man. Come on, dude. Just set these to group 66. Oh, I've already done that. Wow. This is set to a minus 1.2x mod. And a weird one on the Y. I was kind of testing it out because I don't want this object to stay on the same level the whole time as I'm going through. Otherwise, that would just look kind of strange. But now I can just rotate these and use them like this. Probably shouldn't rotate the actual particle itself too much because we have the objects scaling up the exact same rotation each time. You know what? I'm going to stop that. Let's go into these objects and I'm going to set up a little variance in the end side, the end rotation, in fact, like this. Whoa, some of them are zooming. What? How does that, is that to do with the friction that I put on? Oh, that's really unfortunate. Oh, this looks sick. Wait, yo, that looks awesome. I kind of cooked now, I'm not gonna lie. So can I just use these? Oh, the camera movements are just so ugly. Look how, they just move in such a weird way. I don't like it. I'm gonna turn off that camera thing, and I'm just probably gonna manually move them myself. I don't know, it probably will feel better to me. You know what? I can set this particle on the left to be the area parent, and we can do some movements ourselves. So if I just link this together, and just set them up in like little ways like this, we can then go on to, I think, just group number 66 for an area move. Again, I use these things a lot, dude. They're so useful. I've actually just accepted the fact that I'm going to end up using them quite a bit. Varied movement, varied angle, and we just make them move onto the screen subtly, and that's just going to help them blend into the level a little bit. It's pretty neat. I'm probably going to set up another one just for them. Okay, we should probably put a different effect ID, but we can then set the angle to -90 or +90 or whatever. I just use -90 because it's the first number that pops in my head for some reason. I'm weird like that. We can just make them kind of rush on and off as well, which is going to be pretty cool. Like this. Yeah. Okay, this is awesome. Just have to keep that going on the ceiling layer. The UI layer. I can probably set up another one on the front. Oh boy. I want these to be much larger, but below, I can't just hue them directly. Okay, let's just set up a new color that's going to be a throwaway. We're just going to put like number 50, which is going to be background blending as well, but I'm just going to hue this. So it's going to be like +30. What? Why did they not change? Let's go back a bit then. -52? Huh? They don't look that different. Okay, -90 is definitely different. We don't want that, bro. That was terrible. Sure, -65 makes them this color. I will accept that, but they should be bigger. Or they should be brighter as well, dude. Come on. Yeah. And then what I'll do with these is I'll just set them up with 67 as well, which is going to have a different movement, which is going to push them more to the right. I don't want to go through that area move setup again, so I'm just going to make this a controlled -800 over 20 seconds, just so they're kind of rushing ahead. Oh, that area move, I'm realizing with extra layers put on the front, that thing is kind of diabolical. Let's just set these to have much larger lengths so that the movement on them are much less hurried, I guess? Like, they still have the acceleration on and off the screen. I'm now wondering maybe the back layer should have less speed overall anyway. Let's make that -1.1, just so it's a little bit slower. Yeah, this is good. I like this. Oh my gosh, I put a lot of these on the front. Oops. I wonder if I can use this on the ceiling too. That actually looks really cool, but I'm starting to lag in the editor, which is making me really worry, dude. If I'm lagging in the editor, there's no way that this thing is going to run in normal mode properly. Let's just delete that. Am I getting 144 otherwise? Yes, I am. Probably the amount of particles I'm using that's the problem. I wonder if I can just use this object behind, maybe not in front, just like not behind the background, but behind some of these objects in the level, just to give them a little bit extra. I don't know. I want to build that object in a bit more. I think the object I just placed is barely even visible in play test mode. Like, what? Do I put them above? I don't even know, dude. What's the move? Because I want to make them a bit more integrated into the level. I also don't want to just spam this level with, like, particle details. I just realized that I placed that object on group 43, which is definitely not what I want to be doing, because that moves it onto the UI layer and it moves it. Yeah, this thing is kind of hard. I don't know. See if I can just use it above saw blades or something. Like, no, it just looks so out of place. Maybe places like this will be fire. Just over the tops of some objects, connecting them like that. Like, yeah, just set to group number 68, and we can copy the accelerated movement, but obviously have it much less. If we just have this like 20, and then even change the length or something. That's for group number 68. Just want to make them blend in, but not necessarily be on the foreground. That did not seem to move much, but honestly, that's probably for the best. And yeah, I haven't forgotten about copy pasting the arrows across, but I'm probably going to do that off camera just because of how long I expect that to take, just with setting up keyframes for each section. You'll see it at the start of the next video, and then I should hopefully be done with this section. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of feeling it after this. Okay, I need to make these foreground objects transition a little bit more smoothly, but after this addition to the level, I need to... Oh, they need to move a bit more smoothly too. I don't know. I'm kind of rocking with this though. I'm worried that it's gonna lag just because of the amount of particles on screen. I don't know. I definitely need to make them move a bit better, because look at the way that they kind of slide across the screen at some point. It's really awkward there. I don't know. But this is how the level's looking. I need to add the arrows across the level, as I mentioned, like 3 times. Just want to repeat it in case people think I'm not adding that detail. I think this level looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a big fan of what I did with the electric and sparkling objects in combination. Side note, I am just messing around with the level after recording, and I've moved some of them off screen. I've also added more layers between them so they don't look as awkward. Some of them, like, I don't know, this object, for example, was just floating building, and I didn't really like that, but I'm just adding like this little drop down piece of electricity here, just in the hopes of making the level look a little bit more stuck together. But I'm scared of lag, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of an insane thing to be trying. Okay, I'm already dropping frames. This is not a good idea. I did add a third layer of these, which was group number that. So let me just set up, oops, that's a color filter. Let me just delete those. I'm just gonna select all because that's gonna be easier. Just delete some of those. Delete that movement over there once I get rid of the filter. And I may just add another set of these ones instead. Oh, hold up. I need to unlink and then remove the particle from this end. Okay, and with that done, I should be good to showcase this now, and might be lagging a tiny little bit. I'm not sure. Wait, why is some just floating? Oh, I can't even pause and look. Oh, no. Wait, everything is floating. What? Oh, no. No, 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 no. I think it's because of the area movements. Yep, okay, so I'm just gonna have to make these set. I don't know. I could probably do something else to kind of reverse everything and make them consistent again. Wait, why are these off screen now? What? I don't like that at all. If I'm using so many objects on these, I'm making sure they're on screen. Oh my gosh, there's so many. 481 objects involved in this. That's terrible. 627. Okay, we're just gonna bump them up. I think it's because some of the area movements were bumping them onto the screen. But why are they just like sinking? He just looks so far off screen. This is so weird. Is it because of this? Man, I don't know. I can't get these to stay on screen. Okay, with tweaks done, I think this is fine. It should just be chilling at the bottom of the screen. It shouldn't really be too much higher than this, to be honest. I just think it's a shame that these movements are kind of just prevented. I think that's what's causing it to lag, actually, because I just turned that up and it started lagging more. So maybe I can just get rid of these. I don't know. I like the ones that shoot them across the screen, but the other ones kind of aren't that necessary. Okay, well, in the absence of a proper transition and a lot of the arrows that are keyframing like the ones at the beginning, this is how the pod is looking at the end of this video. I need to figure out how to smoothen the movements. I would love some feedback in the comment section, just how I can do that, because it feels like the harsher movements in the level are throwing these objects up super high, and I don't know how to fix that. So would really appreciate that in the comment section. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm signing off here. Thank you so much for watching. Check the links in the description, leave a like and subscribe, and have a good day.